Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for One Piece episode 853. And yeah, I'm sorry this review is so late, guys. Like at the time I'm reviewing this, it's like what it's basically 1:45 in the morning. And but yeah, I'm bringing you this guy's review now because like honestly, I just want to get it out of the way. And two, like I have no idea as to what took me so long to get to this after the after the Attack on Titan review. I guess I just needed a little bit of a break. But I guess I just needed a little bit more of a break than I thought. But anyway, so before I get into any other any other aspect of this episode, I want to talk about the title and how it in fact correlates to Jinbe's actions in this episode, because obviously, everything Jimbe did in this episode solidified his role as the Straw Hats helmsman in the future. I mean, just the way he was handling the ship was basically amazing, and it proves that he's definitely like the and I think Chopper said it best. He's like the most amazing helmsman ever. Like, but what's really important about how this like impacts his role in the future as a helmsman, and what makes all this even more badass is that in more than one way, Oda, looking back, Oda has been kind of teasing this to Toei and Oda have been teasing this to us from all the way back in the Paramount War saga, when we see all those little moments of Jinbe manning the marine ship that transported everyone to Marineford. That it pretty much all started there, and beyond that, there have been a couple other moments throughout the Marineford War, even that both in there have been a couple moments throughout the series after that, both in the main story and flashback, that show how perfect he actually is for pretty much the role as a helmsman. And it's funny, but even looking, there's actually one scene one scene in the Paramount War that really kind of solidifies how basically good the whole scene of Jinbe entering basically the green room are, which is that if you guys remember that one scene of Luffy of Jimbe basically sending Luffy basically sending Luffy through like a tidal wave or something in the Paramount, through like basically a giant wave or a giant like body of water in the Paramount work. In a way that I think is the biggest it was the biggest indicator that he biggest indicator of the green room, and just how his abilities with basically controlling water are actually beneficial to his role as a helmsman. Jinbe is, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself here, but yeah, Jinbe just like proved himself time and like that definitely more than he had to in this one episode of why he's like the best helmsman. But again, it works because of all the other moments we've had a Jinbe throughout the series. And, like, honestly, I think we pretty much all know from basically this one episode that he's more than suited to, now that he's more suited to be captain. But with Luffy as the main character, let's just call him a master helmsman from here. Like, seriously, yeah. But yeah, Jinbe, you're definitely the Straw Hat helmsman, bro. We salute you for that. And as far as the green room itself goes, I just love the whole concept behind the green room. How room was just, I think the whole concept on the green room was just amazing, because it was really like they were just surfing with a ship, and the artists and animators really did well at making the whole green room wave area kind of wave look like this amazing and beautiful place to be in. Like it was really just amazing. Although that of course was short lived by the fact that that Big Mom and Perospero still managed to pretty much keep pace with the Thousand Sunny. And again, I I will say that he's more than likely going to survive this, but by the end of this arc. But can someone please just fucking shoot Sparrow already? This guy's like, this guy has got to be the most annoying fucking character ever in the One Piece mythos ever. Like I dare even, like, don't get me wrong, he's powerful, and I get he's powerful and in his own ways threatening, but he's just an annoying little shit now. He's just that's all he's become. He's hiding behind Big Mom, saying, "At least I was able to cover my lie." Like, asshole. Seriously, like, can someone please just shoot Sparrow in the head? I want him out of my face already. Like, seriously, I'm still salty that that whole explosion basically didn't do him in, but it is what it is, I guess. Now, pacing wise, this is a very interesting episode to me, because as far as the episode itself and what was going on, there really wasn't a whole lot that was even happening there was the whole lot that was even happening in the episode, other than the stuff with Jimbe, like him proving how much of a badass he is at being a helmsman, and the scenes of Luffy trying to stop Brûlé while fighting Katakuri. But despite that, this episode still, the pacing in this episode still went like super fast. It really, this honestly felt like one of those episodes where I blinked and it was over. And maybe it's just because I had a week reprieve from not even reviewing the anime, but yeah, this really was one of those episodes where pacing wise it really shouldn't have worked. Really shouldn't have worked, because it shouldn't really have been this fast, or even worked in general, because of how little was actually going on. But it did, and the way I can theorize as to what was the biggest game changer in this, and what made even the pacing like enjoyable, for despite the fact that there was very little going on, is that it kind of all comes down to how they executed the scenes, and especially the scene of the cake being made, and how they showed it long enough to where we basically know of their progress, but not so long that it felt dragged out. Like, if I had, like, again, if I had any indicator as to how they made the pacing work, is that they basically knew what to pretty much expand and what to keep short. That's kind of how I see it right now, anyway. And okay, since I pretty much mentioned that the scene of Sanji putting in Chiffon making the cake, there is an interesting thing to talk about with this episode, and specifically that scene, which is when it came to the portions of Sanji portion of Sanji, Chiffon, and making the cake, and is that even though it was mainly, the scene itself was mainly used as levity for the episode, seeing those little moments seeing those little moments of just the characters interacting, especially putting in Sanji, while they are tedious and funny on the surface, it's one of those things where it is still pretty much building up. Where just the fact that just the fact of what Pudding is doing and everything she's doing in order to help Sanji from here on, like, everything she's doing and everything she is gonna do from here on out is going to culminate in a very heartbreaking decision on her part in the future. Like, what basically Pudding is gonna eventually end up doing like to Sanji after this is gonna be like, damn, like it's not one of what you think it is, but it is still going to be pretty damn heartbreaking for sure. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Facebook, AnyList, or AnyList or Crunchyroll. But yep, that's not it anyway. Signing off. Later, guys.